Rudolph the Red-Nosed Racist had a very racist nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other leftists like to get offended by anything. Can you tell I'm making this up as I go along? So I'm sitting here with Rudolph listening to Baby It's Cold Outside and wearing gay apparel when I came across this. Plainclothes cops surround unarmed father of three and murder him execution style. No charges. By Matt Agrist from the Free Thought Project. Go to the Free Thought Project, people, if you want to see real police stories. Not cream-filled donut stories, not Mike the Sovereign Cop stories, but real, true police stories. An unarmed father of three reportedly thought he was subject of a mafia-style assassination when police surrounded his car and shot him in the head, killing him. There's his picture there. Excuse me. Philadelphia, PA this week. Pennsylvania State Attorney General Josh Shapiro announced that no charges will be filed against Officer Richard Nicoletti, who was seen on video executing an unarmed father of three by shooting him in the head point-blank range as he was surrounded by police. Jeffrey Dennis, 36, was gunned down in broad daylight by Nicoletti, a 29-year veteran assigned to the Narcotics Field Unit of Philadelphia Police Department. So these are drug war cops. So, when people say the president's just a puppet or whatever, but when you, where was I? Police preparing department, Philadelphia Police Department. Man, those things do distract me, don't they? For the police department, police were prepared to search warrant on Dennis's home or alleged drug deal. Oh, people who think that the president's just a puppet and that he doesn't have an effect on the grand scheme of things. Nixon signed the start of the drug war in the 70s. So before I was born, this drug war started. And now here we are. It's still going on. But there's more drugs. And the banks launder the money. Wells Fargo, when it was Wachovia, they got caught laundering $400 billion worth of money. So the government fined them like $180 million, which would be like you stealing $1 million and getting fined $3,000. And no one went to jail, nothing happened. Because they're all in cahoots with each other, people. If they didn't want the drugs coming in, they wouldn't be in here, believe me. It helps their prisons. It fills up their prisons with victimless crimes. And if they really didn't want drugs in this country, and drug dealers, and drug wars, they created the drug dealers. The only people that benefit from the drug war are drug dealers and police. Those are the two people that benefit the most. Probably 50, 60, 70% of police encounters, they try to use drugs as a starting point, as a flashpoint to get people in custody to fill up the jails, etc. All right. Police were preparing to serve a search warrant on Dennis home over alleged drug dealing. Oh, drug dealing. Their own policies create drug dealers. If drugs weren't illegal in Schedule 1 and all that stuff, who's a drug dealer going to sell it to? They wouldn't have a customer, would they? When they found him on the road and murdered him, Shapiro launched an investigation into Dennis killing in August, just after it took place. My office conducted a thorough 4-month review of this case, interviewing witnesses, examining video footage, and analyzing all available evidence, Shapiro said in a statement. We applied the facts to Pennsylvania law, and accordingly, no criminal charges against Richard Nicoletti will be filed by my office. Do they do this when you get accused of something? Do they apply all the facts to the state law and the Constitution and all that? No. So this cop murders this guy. There's a video, so this isn't just talk. The family is heartbroken that the officer needlessly killed their son, father, fiance, and will not face charges. Dennis was a father to 3 children, ages 7, 11, and 17, and had just been engaged to be married. After he was killed, his family demanded that Nicoletti be fired and charged, but this will not happen. The incident took place August 20th around 4:15 p.m. as police were preparing to serve a search warrant on Dennis's home. They found him driving his Toyota Camry on Hagerman Street nearby. As the video shows, Dennis is driving down the street when an unmarked black car turns up the street going the wrong way. Dennis tried to back up, but then realized another unmarked car was behind him. As he tries to get away from what he likely thought was a mob hit, the cars collide and Dennis stops temporarily. At this point, half a dozen plainclothes cops with no clothes identifying themselves as police officers jump out and surround the vehicle. One of the plainclothes cops runs to the driver's side of the vehicle and smashes out the window of the vehicle. The only person with any identifying clothing on was in the back of the vehicle of Dennis's blind spot, and you'll see that in the video. The smashing out of his window appeared to scare Dennis even more, who then tried once more to drive away. At no time in the video did Dennis appear to target police or run them down, and most of the officers appeared to understand they were not in danger. However, less than 1 minute after confronting Dennis, Nicoletti is seen in a gray t-shirt and shorts walking up to the driver's side window and dumping multiple shots into the head and arm of Dennis. Dennis was pronounced dead at the scene. As Philly.com reports, police department policy forbids the discharge of shots into a moving vehicle. Protocols also prohibit shooting to subdue a fleeing individual who presents no immediate threat of death or serious physical injury to themselves or another person. But here's the government lawyer now, but Shapiro said violations of police procedures do not always rise to the level of criminal charges. Oh, are you their defense attorney or what? Sounds like their defense attorney. Doesn't sound like a prosecutor to me. They sound like prosecutors when your ass is in the box. What about criminal neglect of policy and procedure? How about that? Criminal neglect. Whether the Philadelphia Police Department procedure was followed during this incident was not in the scope of our investigation. Oh, and will be addressed by Commissioner Ross and the department. I see. So Shapiro's now separating their procedure to keep the public safe and going only by the law this time. I see. According to Sean King, who claims he's in contact with the family, and Lee Merritt, the attorney representing the family of Dennis, multiple witnesses described a horrific scene in which they thought Dennis was the subject of a mafia hit. King wrote the following on Facebook Thursday. When witnesses in the neighborhood saw this, they literally thought they were witnessing an assassination or mob hit of some kind. Family and friends believe Jeffrey thought the same thing. Alarmed, he tried to pull away when older white men in regular clothes get out of their cars, pointed their guns, and never identified themselves. Not one time did they announce they were police officers. Several witnesses have each confirmed this. Suddenly, one of the men gets a large iron weapon from the trunk of his car and aggressively shatters the glass in the driver's side window in Jeffrey's face, cutting his face severely. Confused and disoriented, literally with glass in his eyes, Jeffrey tries to drive away when one of the officers walks right up to Jeffrey at 58 seconds in this video, puts a gun in Jeffrey's face, and fires his gun over and over again right in Jeffrey's face, killing him instantly. This is murder. It is illegal. It violates the law and it violates city policy. The Free Thought Project could not confirm the witness accounts. However, when watching the video below, a similar scene to what is described above appears to play out. Dennis was not suspected of child trafficking or murder or theft or property damage or any other crime that involved an actual victim. You understand this, people? These are victimless crimes. He was suspected of selling willing customers a substance they voluntarily wanted to pay him for. So everything that was done by him was done voluntarily. He didn't have to use threat, duress, or violence or coercion to get them to do anything. They wanted to see him. They wanted whatever he had. And the only reason you got to murder him is because somebody wrote down that he's not allowed to have that or do that. and you're working for them. And for this father of three, beloved fiance, son, and football coach was murdered. Here, I'm going to play the video here. That's not good. There you go. How they hit each other. I'm going to play this several times. There. Well, I mean, what is going on here? Wow. I already watched this 10 times and I still can't believe it every time. So it seems like this guy's trying to flee for his life. There you go. There you go. There's the murder. Let's go back. So this dude's probably going to get a drink or something, or some gas. And here comes psychopath going the wrong way. There's no way for him to know he's a cop right there. So he backs up. Now another guy's behind him. Now they're trying to box him in. Now he's probably scared for his life and trying to escape. It's exactly what he's trying to do. Now guys are coming up and trying to smash his windows, all pointing guns at him. All pointing guns at him. You see the only cop is the back left corner of the, look at this. What does this guy have? Yeah, so, wow. He probably thinks he's going to get killed. So she's just trying to escape. He don't know what to do. He's in panic mode right now. There's a bunch of armed men. None of them look like cops. They're wearing shorts and t-shirts. Now watch it. Oh, wow. So now he tries to make a last attempt to flee for his life. And you see right there the guy in the gray t-shirt. Let's go back a little. Now he makes a final attempt to flee so he's trying to escape with his life. And right there, that guy just point blank, straight in the face, shoots him several times. He backs up, tries to make one last attempt to flee for his life here. He's like, let me get in that gap. And then I think if there's someone in the driver's seat, it looks like they smashed into him to keep him there. In the other car ahead of him. Let's go back again. Backs up. Tries to make one last attempt to flee for his life. The other cop rams him. And that cop, boom, 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 boom. Right in his face. Yeah, everyone's good now. He's dead. And you see, the only guy that says police... Replay that shit. The only one that says police... Dude, none of these guys look like police, and all the witnesses say they did not identify themselves as police. This is why I always leave room in the car in front of me, man. When you're at a red light, you gotta leave room to escape. Look at this. Immediately starts smashing his windows, pointing guns at him. Pointing guns. This guy gets something out of the trunk, runs around real quick with something metal. And smash! Tries to smash in the window. This guy's probably fearing for his life right now. He's trying to escape. Doesn't know what the hell's going on. The only guy that has a police vest on, he can't even see. He's behind him. This dude's trying to escape. He thinks he's going to get murdered. And he makes one final attempt to back up and escape. And that guy rams him. And then that guy murders him point blank in the face. This is disgusting, man. I hope you're proud of yourselves, drug warrior cops. So you just murdered that guy because he sells a product to voluntary consumers. Right? That's why you just murdered him? You feel justified? And then the courts back them up, people. For all you people who say, oh, just take it to court. Matt Agarist, bro, you're the man. I'd like to interview you. Contact me. Something. I don't know. Or just keep doing what you're doing, man. You're the best. There you go. See the guy right there? There he is. That's the guy who was in the car trying to escape for his life and got murdered by guys in shorts and t-shirts. And then this prosecutor says they were justified somehow. Dude, this stuff leaves you speechless, man. All right. Subscribe. Bye.